Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a quick review on this brand new Roborock Qrevo CurvX. I want to get this information out quick. This is absolutely an amazing robot. This is going to be about the features and why I love it so much. I have a full-length video on how it cleans, so if you want to see that, that is about an hour long. I did purchase this with my own money and I wasn't paid for this video. The older Qrevo Curve is in my wall of fame right here. It's absolutely one I highly recommend. So I was super excited when they came out with this, and it hasn't disappointed. I'll put a link to it in the show description notes. If you purchase the product using my link, the product won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can continue to do these honest reviews. Okay, so let's get started. I love this robot because it has Lidar navigation. Now this Lidar will pop up and down, and it can go down when it needs to go under your furniture. But because it has Lidar navigation, it does a really good job of mapping your house. That also helps with obstacle avoidance. And going along with that, I really do like the Roborock app. I think its user interface, I give it a score of an A. Now this robot is going to vacuum and mop your house at the same time. Here it is on the bottom. Now it has lots of features that is designed to help with long hair. First off, the side brush. The way this is angled, it prevents long hairs from wrapping around that. And then this one can also extend the side brush into the corner for corner cleaning. Now the second thing it's designed for with long hairs is the dual divide brush roller. Long hairs don't wrap around this. They do, but then they get directed and then they get sucked into the dustbin. So we don't get long hair wrap because this is divided in the middle. Robots that have a single piece roller tend to get long hair wrapped around them. This one actually really does a good job. Now, the second thing I love about this, it mops your floors. Now, it has a carpet sensor so that when it senses carpet, it can raise the mop pads 10 millimeters and turns the water off so it's not mopping anymore. But there's also features in there where you can tell it, hey, vacuum first and then mop. That also helps. So with these mop pads, let's take a look. This one, it can move right up next to the wall. There's a sensor here that lets it know when it's up against the wall. It moves the mop pad and it moves the side brush. It does an excellent job of cleaning in corners and against the wall. There's where it sprays water onto the mop pads to keep them wet. That's very important. I think robots that have an internal water tank and spray water onto the mop pads do a better job of mopping. So the robot's going to vacuum your house. Everything's going to go to the... Whoops. Everything's going to go into the dustbin. And so when the job is done, the robot's going to come back to the base station. Now this base station, I like the look of it. It's going to do two things. It's going to wash the mop pads, but it's also going to auto empty the dustbin. It's got a nice cover up here. Let's take a look first. Here's where the dust bag is. So there's another vacuum going to kick on, suck everything out of it into this. And you simply just have to replace that after a couple months. Now, the second thing is washing the mop pads. It has a clean water tank, which I need to fill mine up because this thing cleaned my house tonight, and look at how dirty that water is. That's absolutely incredible how good of a job it's been doing. Now, another thing I like about this docking station is the robot goes down in here and it's kind of hidden. That's really nice. And there's just so many things I like about this. I love this tray. This tray comes out for easy cleaning. So after a couple months, you're going to get a notification, hey, clean your water tray or the cleaning tray. You're going to take this over to your sink. It comes apart, get it all nice and clean, and then it simply just slides back in. That's so nice. Here's where it fills the water tank internally of the robot, charges it. There's where it auto empties. Now it cleans the mop pads with hot water, and then it's going to suck the water up into the dirty water tank. And at the end of the job, it's going to blow hot air onto the mop pads to dry them to prevent odor. And this dock does even one more thing. It has a dirt detection sensor, which is a really cool feature that I love. So the robot's going to go mop your kitchen, and then it's going to say it mops your kitchen. It finishes the job, comes back to the docking station, and the job's over. So what it's going to do, it's going to dock, wash the mop pads, suck the water up into the dirty water tank, but it's going to pass through this dirt detection sensor. If that water being sucked up is dirtier than normal, say the dog walked in and made a big mess and this cleaned it up, it's going to tell the robot, go back and remop where you just came from. I love that feature because mopping robots do struggle with really big messes on the floor. They do need to kind of go over it a couple times. So this docking station tells the robot, oh, I just noticed that floor was dirtier than normal. Go remop that area. That's just a really nice feature. Now, since it can lower this Lidar, it's only 3.15 inches tall. This can get under some really good furniture. When the Lidar is lowered, it can come out the back here a little bit, and it's got other sensors that it uses on the robot too. There's a sensor up here, and there's a sensor on the front. Now let's talk about this. This sensor is a camera, has an LED light, and it's a video camera. So if there's an obstacle in front of the robot, it is going to take a picture of it and avoid it. Now, it doesn't avoid every single obstacle. I do give it a really high score, probably about an A, 90 to 95% obstacle avoidance. Really low cables that are like low to the ground, it can run those over. And since it has a camera on the front, you can do a remote viewed video in. So say you're in another state and you want to check on the pets, you can activate the robot in the Roborock app. You can tell it where to go in the app, and it can go look. You can tell it to go look for your pets. You can take pet pictures. It'll take a video camera. You can speak to your pet through it, and then you can tell it go back to the dock. Now, there's one little feature that I forgot about the docking station. So it can also fill the robot. We talked about when it fills the robot with water. It can also fill the robot with warm water. Now, there's nothing that's going to heat it internally, so it is going to cool down relatively quick, but it is going to spray warm water onto the mop pads to help it with mopping. And one of the last things is this thing has chassis lift. So some robots get stuck on U-shaped furniture, like I call it rod furniture. Robots can really struggle with that. This can lift the wheels. If it's stuck, it'll lift the wheel, and it tries to get over. It can lift both of them. That's when it's stuck, it does that. But it also does it to go over thresholds. It can go over about 1.5 inches threshold. Not super high, but about 1.5 inches. But another thing is when you have really tall carpet, it's going to lift the wheels so that the vacuum is not dragging onto the carpet and kind of bogging it down. It wants to have that brush roller right on top of the carpet so it's vacuuming. It also does another thing. When it senses a spill, it can raise that mop or that vacuum head so that it's not going to vacuum up a big liquid spill. So as you can tell, I absolutely love it. I knew I was going to love it when I unboxed it. I did the full unboxing first look. It did not disappoint. And it's just, I'm going to be comparing this to the Saros 10R and the 10 because it has a lot of those features. But man, now it is kind of expensive right now. It's $1,500, which I highly recommend. You're getting a top tier robot for $1,500. I spent $1,500 on this. Would I recommend somebody? I absolutely would. Because of you're getting the latest robot with the latest technology. Now, this model will not go on sale very often. It might take 6 months, and the first sale will only be like $100. I'm just merely guessing. I'm just following the lead on the Curve. When that Curve came out, it was like $1,500. It has top, and the Lidar's on the top, so it's not as thin. Other than that, it's almost the same. But it has hardly gone on sale. I think it is at $1,100 right now, yeah. So if you can't quite afford this one, just get that Curve. It's amazing. There's also the P50 for about $800, P10 Pro for $500, and the L40 sometimes at $400. Amazing robots. Probably the only thing is obstacle avoidance is just not super perfect yet. So we're getting there. It's pretty much on par with everything I've seen so far. Nothing's 100% yet. So again, I'll put a link to this in the show description notes. Let me know what you think of this video. If you purchase the product using my product link in the description, the product won't cost you anymore, but I will get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can continue to do these honest reviews and get this information out. I absolutely love this robot. Again, I bought it with my own money, and I've got I buy all these Roborocks with my own money. I spend a lot of money on them, and I have pretty high standards. If that's my money, I want it to be right. I sent the Saros Z70 back. That's the one with the robotic arm. It had a problem. I got a new one. It's first generation, so I'm about ready to release the review on that. I'm not going to be gushing over it like this. This is a fabulous robot vacuum cleaner. The Z70, the robotic arm it's Gen 1. It's not going to be, it does a good job cleaning, but the robotic arm is not there yet. I did just buy the Eufy E25. That's the E28 with the spot cleaner. So I will be comparing this to the E25. So again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.